There comes a moment, a quiet, defining moment, when you look in the mirror and realize no one is coming to save you. No miracle, no perfect timing, no outside hand will change your life until you decide to take control. That moment, the day you stop blaming, stop waiting, and start owning your life, becomes the first day of your real freedom. Because when you take control, you take your power back. This is the day everything changes, not because the world shifts, but because you do. Nothing changes until you accept full responsibility for your life. The moment you truly understand that everything you experience, your success, your struggles, your emotions, is a reflection of your choices, you begin to reclaim your power. Most people spend their lives blaming circumstances, other people, or bad luck for where they are. They say they can't move forward because of their past, their job, or their situation. But as long as you keep blaming something outside yourself, you stay trapped. The instant you say, "This is my life and I am responsible for it," something shifts inside you. You stop being a victim of life and start becoming the creator of it. Responsibility doesn't mean guilt. It means ownership. It means you stop waiting for someone else to fix things and start asking, what can I do to change this? It's in that question that growth begins. When you take ownership, you realize that you have more control than you ever imagined. You start seeing challenges as chances to learn instead of reasons to quit. Every failure becomes feedback. Every obstacle becomes an opportunity to rise higher. Taking responsibility gives you freedom because you no longer depend on others to decide how your story unfolds. You no longer wait for permission to act, to improve, or to grow. You understand that your results are built from your actions, your mindset, and your effort. The power has always been in your hands. You just needed to claim it. The moment you do, life starts to respond differently. Opportunities appear, confidence grows, and you finally begin to realize that nothing outside of you was ever in control because the real power has always been within you. Every transformation begins with a single, powerful decision. Not a wish, not a dream, not a vague intention, but a real and absolute decision that draws a line between who you were and who you're ready to become. Most people wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, or the perfect sign before they act, but that moment never comes. The truth is, clarity doesn't come before action. It comes because of it. The second you decide with full conviction, the universe seems to rearrange itself in your favor. Doors begin to open, ideas appear, and people show up who align with your new direction. A decision means commitment. It's a signal to your mind that there's no turning back, no plan B, no room for hesitation. It's saying, I've burned the boats. I'm all in. That kind of certainty creates energy, and that energy pulls you forward. It doesn't mean you won't face fear or doubt. It means you won't let them stop you. When you decide with power, you awaken the part of yourself that's been waiting to lead. You start to move differently, think differently, and act with purpose. Every great success story starts with one defining decision to take control, to change direction, to refuse to live another day in limitation. It's not the conditions of your life that define you. It's the decisions you make about them. The most life-changing moments often happen quietly in your own mind when you say, enough, I'm done settling. I'm ready for more. From that point on, the world doesn't suddenly get easier, but you become stronger. You gain momentum, focus, and courage, because once you've truly decided, everything else becomes a matter of time and persistence. Your mind is the control center of your entire life. Everything you experience, every emotion you feel, every action you take begins first as a thought. If your thoughts are filled with fear, doubt, and limitation, your life will reflect that. But when you feed your mind with belief, vision, and purpose, you start shaping a new reality. Most people never realize the power their own mind holds. They let negative patterns run automatically, replaying the same doubts and excuses day after day. To master your life, you must first master your mind. You must learn to take control of what you focus on, because what you focus on expands. The mind doesn't care what you tell it. It simply follows your instructions. If you constantly say, I can't, your brain will find proof of why you can't. But if you declare, I will, your brain begins to look for how. You have to train your mind like a muscle. The more you direct it toward positive, empowering thoughts, the stronger it becomes. Guard your focus like it's sacred, because it is. Every distraction, every negative conversation, every complaint drains the energy you need to grow. Change the story you tell yourself, and you change your life. Instead of focusing on what's missing, focus on what's possible. Instead of seeing problems, look for solutions. When you take command of your thoughts, you also take command of your emotions and your behavior. You begin to respond to life instead of reacting to it. The world outside might still be chaotic, but inside, you become calm, clear, and powerful. That's what mastering your mind is all about. Using the most powerful tool you already have to create the life you truly want. Once you've made the decision to change, the next step is to take massive action. Nothing happens until you move. You can have the perfect plan, the greatest intention, and all the motivation in the world, but without action, it remains a dream. Action is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Every time you take a step, even a small one, you build momentum. And momentum is what transforms effort into results. It's what turns vision into reality. You don't need to know every step on the path, just the first one. Once you start, the next step reveals itself. People often wait for confidence before they act, but confidence doesn't come first, it comes from doing. The moment you move, fear begins to lose its grip. Each action you take weakens doubt and strengthens belief. Success isn't built on one giant leap. It's built on consistent, relentless effort. Those tiny daily actions, getting up early, staying focused, pushing through discomfort, compound into massive results over time. Every great achievement started with someone who simply decided to act when it would have been easier to wait. Action creates clarity. It teaches you what works and what doesn't. It builds resilience because with every setback, you learn and adjust. The truth is inaction kills more dreams than failure ever will. Waiting for the perfect time is the greatest illusion. There is no perfect time, only this moment. The energy you need to move forward is already inside you, waiting for a command. When you choose to act, the world begins to respond. Opportunities appear, strength grows, and your belief turns into reality. The act of doing becomes the proof that you're already capable of more than you imagined. Pain is not your enemy, it's your greatest teacher. Every struggle, every disappointment, every heartbreak you've ever faced was preparing you for something bigger. Most people try to avoid pain, to run from it or numb it, but the truth is that pain carries the lessons that comfort never could. It shows you what you're capable of enduring, what truly matters, and where your strength really lies. The moments that hurt the most are often the ones that shape you the deepest. They carve out the space inside you where wisdom, empathy, and resilience grow. When you stop resisting pain and start facing it, it transforms. What once felt unbearable becomes your fuel. The very thing that once made you cry can become the reason you rise. The power isn't in avoiding the fire, it's in walking through it and realizing it can't destroy you. Every setback, every rejection, every loss can be turned into a source of strength if you choose to see it that way. Pain gives you perspective. It strips away illusions and reminds you what's real. It humbles you, refocuses you, and pushes you to rebuild stronger than before. The difference between those who grow and those who stay broken isn't the amount of pain they've faced, but how they've used it. You can let it define you, or you can let it refine you. When you embrace your pain as part of your evolution, it no longer controls you. It empowers you. It becomes the proof that you can survive, adapt, and keep going no matter what life throws your way. And that realization changes everything, because once you've turned your pain into power, there's nothing left that can truly stop you. You were never meant to simply exist. You were meant to design a life that excites you, challenges you, and fulfills you. Most people drift through their days reacting to circumstances, doing what's expected, and calling it living. But true living begins when you take control of your direction and create a vision for the kind of life you want. You have the power to design it, to shape your days with intention instead of routine. It starts by asking yourself, what do I really want? And being brave enough to answer honestly. Once that vision becomes clear, every decision, every habit, and every action should align with it. Designing your life isn't about perfection, it's about purpose. It's about knowing what matters most to you and building around that. You stop chasing what others think you should want and start building what feels right for your soul. It's choosing growth over comfort, fulfillment over approval, and meaning over mediocrity. When you live by design, you stop waiting for opportunities and start creating them. You stop surviving and start thriving. Every morning becomes a chance to take another step toward the life you've imagined. The beauty of designing your life is that you realize you are the architect, not the passenger. You can rebuild, redesign, and reinvent at any moment. You're not bound by your past or limited by your current situation. The future is clay in your hands, waiting to be shaped. When you live with purpose, the smallest moments start to matter. You wake up with direction, and your energy shifts from existing to creating. That's when life starts to feel different, because it's no longer something happening to you. It's something being created by you, one choice at a time. When you finally decide to take control of your life, everything changes. You begin to realize that your future isn't written by chance. It's written by choice. You stop living on autopilot and start living with intention. You stop letting fear dictate your steps and start letting purpose guide them. This is your time to rise, to break free from limitations, and to create the life you've always dreamed of. Every day you wake up is another opportunity to begin again, stronger, wiser, and more determined than before. The moment you take full responsibility, the world opens up to you. The same power that built mountains, that fuels stars, lives inside you. All you need to do is decide, and everything starts to shift. Remember, no one else can walk this path for you. No one else can make the choice that changes everything. It's you. It has always been you. The day you decide to take control of your life is the day your real story begins. So make the decision now. Step forward with courage. Believe in your strength. And never look back, because your best days are still ahead of you. If this message inspired you today, take a moment to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Your support helps spread positivity and motivation to others who are ready to change their lives too. Thank you for watching, for listening, and for investing in yourself. Your time here means something. It's proof that you're ready to grow, to rise, and to live fully. Until next time, stay focused, stay powerful, and remember, your life changes the moment you decide to take control.